Yeah, I mean, it's really nice. It's definitely a lot easier starting off that way. Besides, instead of missing the first few tournaments due to hand surgery. So, I definitely did a bit less cooking in the off season this year. I stuck to some plastic silverware instead of metal stuff. But no, I'm only kidding. But it's nice to get off that kind of start. It's nice to feel very prepared going into the season. I feel like my body's in a good spot. My head's in a good spot. We had a really nice break to kind of get ready to come back out here and compete. And I mean, it's great to be able to see results to start the year, but we're here playing another tournament, so last week's already forgotten about, and I'm ready to come out here and compete again.
You're well aware of what this tournament's all about, but do you still kind of marvel sometimes when you get here and you see the size and the scope and the crowd and all that?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty nuts. It's a lot different than what we see throughout the year, and I think it's really fun. It's a unique experience, and I think it's something that as a professional, you always want to be able to experience. And yeah, it is funny when you're flying in, you can already see all the buildings. You know exactly where the golf course is, and it's a spectacle for sure.
Why is it so important for the tour to bring back a Brooks Koepka, a Patrick Reed from LIV?
Well, I think when you look at a lot of the discussions we've had, and when you look at like what a lot of the fans are saying, I think people want the best people playing together again. And so when it comes to great players like a Brooks Koepka or a Patrick Reed, I mean, Patrick Reed's a major champion. Brooks Koepka's, I think, won 5 majors. And so having those guys competing out here, I think, is great for the tour. I think it's great for the fans. It's great for our sponsors. And I think the last few years, there's just been a lot of noise. And so I think getting those guys back, I think it's another step towards us just being able to play golf again, and that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
A lot of guys talk about taking less club on 16, the energy, the environment. Is that something you think about, or is 16 not really affecting the way you're looking at those numbers?
I think the hardest thing on 16 is actually figuring out where the wind is, which can be silly at times to say in the desert because you don't get a ton of wind. But those little gusts that kind of come in and out, they can feel really different when you're inside of that arena. The wind has a tendency to move around, and I think that's one of the most challenging things about the hole is figuring out where the wind is and just committing to your shot. And what I love about this golf course is how firm the greens get. And so if we had really soft greens, that shot wouldn't be that difficult. But with the firmness, you put any little curve on the ball, the green kind of rolls off, and there's some really, really challenging up and downs. And so there's certain pins that you want to attack, and then you also have to play defensively to some pins as well.
Not sure if you caught any of Justin Rose's kind of dominating performance last week at Torrey Pines, but now we've got the top 3 players in the world. One is in their 20s, one is in their 30s, and one is pretty deep into their 40s. What do you make of a guy at the age of 45 being right up there with the younger guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at Justin specifically, I think you see a guy that not only works really hard on his golf game and has for a long time, he also works really hard on his body. And it's something that, for me, I look at a guy like that at 45 years old to be in the shape that he still is in is extremely impressive. And I don't think you just luck into that. I think he puts a lot of work into that. And, I think it's inspiring for the young guys to see somebody at that age still be able to do the things that he does. And I'm 29, and I feel tired already at 29. I can't imagine what I'm going to feel like at 45. So I can't say enough about how impressive it is for him to be still putting up the scores and even the ball speeds. I mean, he's almost keeping up with me when we were playing in Palm Springs. So I mean, guy's got plenty of speed and plenty of talent, and obviously plenty of work ethic as well to go with it. So I don't think he's slowing down anytime soon.
Almost keeping up with you, though.
Almost.